Hello, I'm going to talk about some typical chord pathways to help you move between chords easily and on time without leaving a gap, so it's smooth. Okay, so C to G7 is quite common. So you've got your chord of C with your third finger, and you can slide your third finger back to the second fret and at the same time move your arm out, and that puts your second and first finger more or less in the position to go down to complete the rest of the chord. Okay, chord of C with your third finger, arm out, second and first down. So just try this with me with your left hand alone. Okay, C, 2, 3, 4, now change. C, and change. Okay, C to F, so you have your C with your third finger. As you change to F, get your second and first finger more or less in place over the strings and frets they're going to fall onto. So if you say playing 4 beats on C and you're about to change to F, by the third beat, for example, have your second and first ready, and then you exchange. Now, you're not stacking fingers into the same fret, so you don't need your arm out, and you're not stretching with your third or fourth finger, so you don't need your arm in. It's a neutral arm. C, 2, 3, 4, ready, change. And when you go back to C, have your third finger just hanging over the third fret of the first string, or thereabouts. Okay. You see that? Good. G to C. So you have your G and then your third finger just drops down. Like that. Okay, G, and then just, I'm saying down, it's up in pitch. I've tried to be consistent in these videos that this way is up in pitch, and this way is down in pitch, in accordance with all the other instruments, even though you have a high G on the fourth string. Okay, so you just move to C with your third finger like that. Of course, you could slide your second finger up instead, so try that with me. So G, and then slide your second finger up to C. Okay, A to D, very common. So you've got your A chord, and then keep your second finger down on the fourth string. Move your arm out and put your third and fourth fingers below to form your D. That's why I teach beginners to play D starting with their second finger, not with their first. So A, arm out, third and fourth fingers underneath to D. Okay? So arm out onto D. And back. A to E7, so you have your A, and you just swap first and second around, arm out, add your third. Okay, A, swap first and second, arm out, add your third. So your first and second fingers are staying in the same fret, but you're changing strings. Okay, let's try that. A, So you can see, as well as the finger logistics, we're using the arm to help us change chords. And I am exaggerating it, and I think as a beginner you should exaggerate it. And later on the movement will become a bit more controlled. But in all those cases where you're using your arm, you move your arm out, really that's the first thing you do, a split second before you move your fingers, as you can see here. So you've got your A. Whilst you're playing the A, you can move your arm out and then keep moving it as you change for the next chord. Okay. E minor to G is a tricky one. So your arm's right in for E minor because you're stretching with your third finger. And there isn't really an easy way of doing this, but what can help is to find a finger which is common to both chords and look at where they move from and to. So let's concentrate on this second finger. So for E minor, it's moving from the 3rd fret 2nd string to the 2nd fret 1st string. Okay, so you have your E minor there. So you move that second finger as you move your arm out. Or you start moving your arm out and then move your second finger, and you're stacking into the 2nd fret. So this is an example of quite a wild arm movement. See that? So you're on the E minor chord and you can start moving your arm out just before you change. So just practice that with your left hand alone, following that second finger. So your second finger's on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string for E minor, and then it moves to the 2nd fret of the 1st string for G. I call this a trigger finger. It can help you change chords when there's no other obvious logistics. So you find a finger which is common in both of the chords, and you be aware of where it's moving from and to. Okay, so I hope that helps, and please replay this video, stop it for each pair of chords, and give that a go. It's very important to practice it with your left hand alone, as well as practicing it while strumming, and as always, do it slowly. Okay, brilliant, thanks, and I'll see you next time.